After putting it off twice, the Philippine Supreme Court finally decided to legalize the 2014 defense agreement with the United States. The final vote was an overwhelming yes. CCTV's Barnaby Lowe examines what this means for both countries and the region.
It's one of those routine port calls, the United States says. The USS Texas, a fast-attack submarine, is the third U.S. submarine to dock in Subic Bay, north of the Philippine capital Manila, in the last 5 months. Lately, U.S. Navy ships have been making more frequent stops in the country, and more American troops have participated in joint exercises than ever before. This, even as the fate of the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, or REDCA, signed by the Philippines and the United States in 2014, was in limbo. Until Tuesday, the Philippines High Court had deferred ruling on its legality.
If you look, observe the pattern of development here in the Philippines between the United States and the Philippines, you would see that everything that the EDCA is talking about had already happened prior to EDCA being implemented. So EDCA then became a way to legalize everything that has been going on here.
That legal basis became official on Tuesday, when the Supreme Court declared it didn't need Senate approval.
If the agreement entered into by the Philippines through the President is not the primary agreement that allows entry but merely implements an existing agreement, then it does not need to be a treaty. It can be an executive agreement, which is what the court said here.
Any expansion in U.S. military presence in the Philippines could mean more U.S. troops and assets anywhere in the country. But as a former U.S. military base, Subic Bay is one of the more viable options. It is also facing the South China Sea. The territorial dispute in the South China Sea is seen as one of the driving forces in the Philippines and the United States forging closer military ties. The island nation's efforts to strengthen its armed forces rely heavily on foreign aid, mainly from the U.S. Despite this, anti-U.S. activists insist the agreement doesn't benefit the country and allows for what they say is the illegal establishment of bases.
Under the agreement, the United States can can use existing military facilities. They can even build new facilities, new runways, new ports, new buildings. That would be for U.S. military use. Now, if you don't consider those as bases or U.S. military facilities, then what are they?
Greater U.S. military presence is what Philippine officials call it, something which they can now fully implement without any legal impediment. Barnaby Lowe, CCTV, Subic Bay, the Philippines.